right. So far, so good. No user errors. It is Tuesday, January 10th, 2023. And from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. This being a special interview segment of our show. And on this episode, we will soon meet the Division II Delaware Boys State Champion cross country team from the Tatnall School. But before we do that, let me do this. This is brought to you today by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you are having, please consider my stage hypnosis show, details about which you can find at marshalmanlove.com. And special thanks go out to the folks at Jazzercise in Middletown. One of the proprietors there runs a very active Facebook group page for parents of high school athletes, and they are kind enough to post up links to the videos that I produce in that page. Now, hopefully, when I press this next button, my guests will appear, and they have appeared, the Tatnall boys cross country team, and their head coach, Pat Castagno, who's in the upper left-hand corner if you are currently watching this live or on tape. Actually, if you're on tape, he's still in the upper left-hand corner. Welcome, Hornets. That's your cue to say hello.
Hello, thank you for having us.
Hello.
It's tough with a lot of people. Nobody knows how to talk. And you're all gentlemen, of course, so you're giving everybody else a chance. Coach Castagno, your 52nd state championship as head coach of a Tatnall cross country or track team. Congratulations to you. First of all, everybody's clapping. Hey, Pat, turn on your mic. Can you hear me over there? I don't know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, Pat, can you hear me? Gotta turn your mic on. Turn your mic on there, Coach.
I got you.
There we go. All right, here we go. Congratulations, 52nd state championship, one of the top 10 totals of all time in the entire country. And you guys helped make that happen for him. Who's captain?
Oh, that would be me.
Hey, Will. What?
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's good to see you. It looks like you've grown since last year. Am I right?
A little bit, yeah.
How old are you? What grade are you in, Will?
I'm 17 and I'm a senior this year.
So talk about I know that you guys are aware that your coach has this many championships because you see all the banners in your gym all the time. But has that conversation come up this year or recently at all about that particular milestone?
Yeah, I mean, throughout this year we had been talking about it. We were like, okay, what do we want to do as a team? What do we like? How is this team going to be remembered at Tatnall? And one thing we were looking at is, hey, like, let's give it our all. Let's put our heads together and try to win this thing. And being that we were underdogs, it was definitely a long journey, but all these guys really helped to make it happen. So I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, true team effort, even as individual a sport as it is, of course, because 5 of you are responsible for, or 5 of you score points. So, and at any time, either of the 7 of you could actually do that. Let's start with the Newcastle County Cross Country Championships first, if you don't mind, because there's actually a lot of teams there, and you compete with the Division I teams as well. Ben Pizarro, were you running back then?
I was not running.
Yeah, because you were dealing with an injury, right?
I was.
This year. So were you there? Were you present that day?
I was.
Newcastle County. So what kind of role did you take on with being injured and hanging out with your team? I know it's disappointing, of course, because you wanted to be there. But what kind of role did you take that day?
That day I was just making sure everyone was ready for the race. And then during the race, I was just trying to be around the course as much as possible, cheering everyone on.
And did you get to run much at all, Ben? Talk about your injury. I know you're recovered from it. I actually watched a race that you had this past weekend, which was pretty fantastic. So congratulations on your recovery and that victory that we'll talk about too. But how much did you run during cross country season, if at all?
During the whole season, I raced 4 times. 2 of them were 5Ks, and one of the 5Ks was states.
Okay. And let's see. So you made a real big comeback, get to the state championships, and you were 3rd overall time of 17 minutes. Congratulations to you. What was your injury, Ben?
I never really figured out 100%, but it was just something with like the bottom of my foot and how I was landing.
So like a plantar issue
Maybe.
or something? Yeah, that's painful. I had plantar fasciitis a couple times, man. That's painful. It doesn't even feel any better when you wake up in the morning. It's actually worse when you wake up in the morning. We'll come back to you because I want to talk about that race that you had this past weekend. To Michael McGinley. Hello there, young man. How old are you? What grade are you in, Mike?
Hey, I'm 17. I'm a junior.
16th place finish at States, picking up points for the Hornets there. Now that was a little bit of a different race this year weather-wise compared to the one we had last year.
Yeah, for sure. The first 2 races, I'd say that that I raced in the state championship were really sloppy weather, and it rained right before each one. But this year was really hot, really humid, and but we fought it, and we stayed aggressive, and I feel like we prepared really well, and we all hydrated, obviously. So
Me too. There's probably like a 40-degree difference in race temperature from last year's to this year, would you say?
yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like last year, it was at Brandywine Creek State Park. A cold front blew in after the first race and destroyed the course, chased
Yeah.
me off it. All,
Yeah.
all cross country tough runners, boys and girls, are tougher than me. I was gone, right? I was gone after that cold front blew in. I was out of there, and all of you still had to compete nonetheless. Then you go down there. It was like this year was 70 degrees.
Yeah.
So what was tougher, would you say, to run in that heat or that cold?
Well, as you can probably imagine, the course conditions were a lot worse last year than they were this year. But I would say that I mean, we looked at the weather the entire week, and we expected that the heat was going to be like, it was not normal for like middle of November, right? And I don't think we really knew last year. I may have forgotten, but I don't really think we knew that the course conditions obviously were going to be that bad. So I would say that preparing last year was a little bit more tough, but obviously you got to be ready for every situation.
Let's see. Dima, that is short for Dimitro. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. You're a senior here on the team. Were you with this team last year?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Congratulations for making it to states here this year. Talk about your day on race day, on championship day.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling pretty good that day. Not my best performance, but I mean, it was, I think, valuable to the team. So, and what it matters is that we won state. So, yeah.
So winning the state championship, obviously a highlight of the season, but what was some other personal highlights of your season this year?
I would say my PR at the same course, but like few meets before that, yeah, I have my personal record since the last year, and yeah, I think that was my best meet of the season.
So I detect a little bit of an accent there. Do you speak another language by any chance?
Because yeah, I'm naturally from Ukraine. I'm exchange student.
Oh wow! Oh, wow.
International student at this point, yeah, because I'll hopefully stay here for another few years.
I hope so. Well, I hope so. I'm of Ukrainian descent myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
You speak the language, Marshall?
No.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I'm full. I only know the bad words. You know. So when did you come here?
I came here August 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be why you weren't on the team the freshman and sophomore year. That would explain that, right? Yeah. So how do you like Tatnall and the U.S. of A?
I think it's awesome, especially like comparing cross country as a sport, as a program, to that experience I have like in Ukraine. I mean, I never did run it before, but I don't have such a thing as cross country. But I mean, the program itself is great. Like I love the spirit, the way how like coaches sets everything up, your teammates and all the stuff. I mean, that's an top level for me. So that was a great experience.
Well, I'll tell you what. You landed under the tutelage of one of the United States' most incredible coaches. So,
Thank you, Marshall.
good experience that you found yourself with there. Ewan Minihan, hello there, young man.
Oh,
All right, Ewan, how old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 16 and I'm a junior.
All right, congratulations to you. 12th place finish overall, scoring points for the Hornets there. Talk about your race day on championship day.
I had a good race for me.
Can you speak up just a little bit there?
Okay. I had a good race, and as you may know, like me and a couple other guys ran together, which I didn't really know was gonna happen, but it was good for me. It pushed me along the way. And
Well, I actually did not know that you ran together, so talk about that a little bit.
it was me, Michael, and Gavin, I believe. We didn't really plan on it, but we just went out all together in a pack, and we stayed together for like 2.5 miles until the final kick.
And did you
So,
talk to each other at all?
yeah, we pepped each other up. We gave each other some inspiration, like pats on the back, you know.
That's good. That's very helpful. Anybody tell any jokes or anything like that? Or just all business?
They were business.
Only after.
Hey, maybe it could loosen you up. Maybe a little tense. I don't know. I'm not a runner. I admire everything that you do. There's two sets of athletes that I admire more than any others. That's cross-country runners and wrestlers, long-distance runners in particular, but cross-country specifically because you have these conditions that you have to deal with all the time. The mental toughness that it takes just to finish is much more so than any other sport really, besides probably wrestling, because wrestling's tough because somebody's trying to choke you the whole time. Right? But they go for 6 minutes. You're running out there as fast as you can for 15 to 20 minutes or so. It's just incredible. So let me start asking some of these questions too. I'll start with you here, Ewan. Are you running indoor track?
I am running indoor.
How's that going for you so far? What events are you running?
I'm dealing with an ankle injury right now, but I'll be back soon. My favorite event is the 800, so I hope to run that soon.
Have you had a chance to run, or are you still going to look to have get healthy enough to qualify?
No, I haven't run a meet this year.
So how with the ankle injury, is it a sprain or something like that?
I think it's connective tissue. not really sure.
Above my pay grade. Is it rest pretty much for you? Or is there any kind of therapy involved?
I'm doing some strength training, and I'm swimming and biking to keep my cardio up, so
Okay.
I don't fall too far behind.
All right. Well, it's good to see you. Talk to you. Luke Kane, welcome
Hello.
back.
Thank you.
Remember you when you were here as a freshman last year? Your hair is longer now. Ninth place finish at States, 17 minutes, 38 seconds. So you're running with the pack. Everything's cool. You win the state championship. Were you guys kind of surprised to win the state championship, or were you pretty hopeful that it was, or pretty confident that was going to happen?
I mean, we were definitely confident, but coming into the race, we were underdogs to DMA, and we planned ahead. We knew what had to happen in order to win the state championship, and beat DMA, who was seated ahead of us, and everybody did their job, and I mean, I think I was pretty confident that we could beat DMA. And I think all the other guys were also. We just needed to go out there and prove it.
Yeah, they definitely had a couple tough runners. Of course, the guy who won it was from DMA there. And I think when you watch, I don't know if this is how you don't watch it as somebody like I do, as a fan or a spectator. You stand at the finish line, you see the kid from DMA come, and you think, okay, well, they're going to win, right? But all of a sudden, out of the next 19 people that run through, there's 5 Tatnall shirts, right? And you're trying to figure out, okay, well, you know that it's the low score wins. We know DMA has 1 because he's first. You're trying to do all the math real quick, and it's tough. But next thing you know, you guys are hoisting the trophy. It's fantastic. It's hard to do the math. You got to wait for everything to happen. But when you were all done at the end, were you pretty sure that you had done the job, or you were just kind of waiting for confirmation?
We weren't 100% sure yet. We knew we were all in a pack, so we knew we got 5 in pretty quickly. But DMA had Ethan, of course, who won, and then they had one other kid who was ahead of me, so they had 2 in front of our first 2. But we did not see many, I think our first 5 came in before their third. So I think we were pretty confident, but we weren't too sure because of Ethan, who won, and their second runner, who placed pretty high. So we were just waiting on confirmation.
And are you running indoor?
Yeah, I am.
What events are you running?
Just mainly the mile and 800.
And that 800's tough, man.
Uh-huh.
Why would you do that? I mean, it's a sprint for a half a mile. That's just crazy. It's nuts. I mean, if you're going to sprint, 100 yards seems okay. It's not that far. You could do that, right, as fast as you can. But 800, you pretty much have to sprint for a half a mile. It's crazy. It is one of the most exciting track races, though, I think, the 800. And what kind of time have you busted out there so far, Luke?
In the 8, I ran a 2:14 this past weekend.
Well, that's good. What's qualifying time?
Pretty sure it's 2:05. Not quite there.
2:05? Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That doesn't seem fair.
That's an automatic qualifier. They take 16 in each event at the indoor state championship. So if you don't hit 2:05, you can still get in if you're one of the top 16.
Okay. Well, you still have a few more meets to go. I'm sure you'll get there. Gavin Leffler, you are the rookie on the team here, I see.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You picked up 11th place there. Time 17:40 at States. Tough to crack the Hornet lineup there as a freshman.
Yeah.
So when did you start running, Gavin?
I think I started running in maybe in like 5th grade, but I think I like really hit like a switch over the summer this year.
Okay. And what do you like about it?
Um, it's like it's kind of like relaxing for the most part. Um, it's like it's a fun sport. It's different from like basketball or football because those are like you're competing like against each other, and like in cross country you're competing against each other too, but in like a different way because you're kind of like working with each other.
A lot of times the toughest competitor is yourself, though,
Yeah.
right? Or maybe it isn't. I don't know. That answer I find amazing though. You find it relaxing. Just cross country running relaxing. You see, it definitely, coach. It definitely takes a different mentality to take on this sport competitively and then become successful at it, doesn't it?
No doubt about it. It's not for everyone, and we even find that kids that come out to try it, a lot of them don't end up staying out because it just takes a different kind of commitment. As you were just talking about, sprinting in 800 meters or, running a 5K, you're 15 to 20 minutes of hard pushing. There's no breaks. There's no time to stop. And I mean, this is an all-out race from wire to wire. And not everybody can mentally handle doing that. Some people are more designed for like the shorter stuff and the faster stuff. And that's what their brain can process. But these 7 kids right here, they're totally on board with the program that we were on, and they're very strong mentally. This group, even though we have some young ones on here, some sophomores and a freshman, and 2 seniors.
Well, all your point scorers at state are coming back next year.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're coming back, right? I mean,
yeah, we hope so.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So you would go in, I would imagine if everybody comes back and everybody's healthy, you would go in as a favorite next year. So that's something to look forward to. And Gavin, what are you running indoor?
I am, but I haven't gotten a chance to run a meet yet.
Okay. Coach, you going to let him run?
Yeah, we're going to let him run. He's working pretty hard.
Yeah, well, that's what it takes, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about each of these guys, what they mean to you, the team, or anything interesting, funny or anything like that about them?
Yeah, this whole team was, we, of course, I have 23 teams I've coached in the past in cross country, and this team was unique, very special. And again, I say that every year, but for some reason they keep coming back and finding new ways to impress us. And I think we were talking in the office today that I don't think we had one race this season where all of these individuals were on the starting line at the same time, whether it be an injury or an illness or just we're resting somebody, or we just never had our top varsity on the line at the same time until the state championship. And remarkably, these 7 individuals led by our captains went into a classroom and they mapped out the plan on their own with how they were going to win this state title. And for a coaching staff to sit back and watch this happen was beautiful. It's remarkable. That's what you want for every team to be able to do, because once they take ownership, and these 7 did that, there's no way they're going to get beat in a meet like that, in a state championship. They wanted it from the gun. They were relaxed in the starting line, and they supported each other, and they they had their finest day when it mattered the most, and that's what we will always remember about the team of 2022.
Was it Dima, I guess? Was it the first race? I thought I heard somebody talking at near the finish line that somebody was racing for the first time, or something like that. What was the deal there?
I think Dima didn't run before he came to Tatnall.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Maybe that's what it was. All
That's
right.
probably what it was. But yeah, and of course, all these runners have had ups and downs throughout the cross country season. But that's again for us to stand back and watch them execute on the day of the state meet when they started packing up, and there's strength in the way they did that. They pushed each other. They had each other's backs. They were counting as they were going around turns. Our coaching staff was, you know, they plotted this out, and that was the remarkable part of that day at the state championship for this group. And they're all different personalities. I mean, we've got some funny guys in here. We've got some you know, definite rule followers. We've got people who are quiet. We've got others who are. But when you put them all together, they create a certain energy that we as a coaching staff love being around. They're just a fun group.
Well said. Ben, I saw a race that you ran this past weekend, a mile. Where was that? Was that Ocean Breeze?
It was at the Armory.
It was at the Armory. So it was the mile. Your mom posted it. That's how I saw it. And I wasn't sure of the result, although I kind of thought that since your mom posted it, that you were going to win. And you were ahead in this race until, I guess, right before the bell lap, or somewhere right before the bell lap, some little kid overtook you. And he had you by what? Like maybe 5 yards, 5-6 yards or something like that. I'm like, oh no. Maybe she's proud he's coming in second place or something. I don't know. That'd been fine because the competition up there is really stiff, right? But sure enough, big kick down that final turn, and you overtook him, nabbed him at the line. Talk about the race from your perspective.
So when I arrived into the race, I got there pretty late, so I was placed in a slower heat, so I wasn't really sure of the competition in my heat, so I was really just trying to get out. So I just took the race, and then with about 400 meters to go, that kid passed me, and I decided to just stick right behind him until about 25 meters to go, and then I gave it my all.
That was a great kick. It was a great kick. I was cheering. I was like, "Go Ben, go Ben!" And he won. It was great. I jumped up out of my chair. I'm sitting alone in my house in front of the computer. It was exciting. Yeah, that's fun stuff. I love watching that. So, what was the time there?
It was 4:40.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good indoor time for a miler, isn't it, Coach?
It is, and that's Ben's first race since November 12th, the cross country state championship. So he stepped back on the track and was able to run a lifetime best in the mile there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how come we're not running a mile at states?
They do. It's just sort of the metric mile. It's 1,600 meters, which is about 9 meters short of a mile. But it's since all tracks went metric, you know, the indoor track's 200 meters. It's 8 laps, so it's 1,600. It's about 1.6 seconds short of a full mile.
Yeah, I guess that's close enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. What am I missing here? Somebody fill in some blanks for me. Ben, fill in some blanks for me. What am I missing?
I'm not sure.
Ben, talk a little bit about our coaches that run with you guys.
Yes.
So we have 2 main coaches that run with us, Coach Garrett and Coach Jascott. Coach Garrett is usually running with the boys team, and Coach Jascott is usually with the girls, and they're really helpful. They push us on our runs, and they're a vital part to our success.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who wants to talk about your coach? What he means to you? What he means to the team?
Nobody.
Don't all jump up at once. All right, Will. Go ahead, Will.
I can take the lead on that. So he's been my coach now for about 4 years, and has really molded me into not only the runner that that I'm striving to become, but also like the person I'm striving to become. He values the camaraderie with all the teams that he coaches, and just kind of with the success that we've had as a team, we kind of just owe it all to him. So it's just been he's always just he's the right man for the job. I mean, obviously with the stats and everything. So we're just so thankful to have him. And So.
Thank you, Will.
So I did this the last time. I'm going to do this again because I like it. Ben, say something interesting, funny, positive about Will.
Will he's a really, really kind person. He always is in a good mood, and he's just always lifting the morale of the team.
All right. Will, same thing for you for Mike McGinley.
Michael is sort of like the heart and soul of this team. He's really he really brings us all together. I've said this to him, but he's kind of like the glue between all of us, because Coach was saying earlier, we all have like different personalities, but he kind of just knows how to make all of us smile, make the tough workouts easier to get through. So I know we all value that, and we couldn't ask for someone better.
I can see why you're the captain.
That was nice.
It was nice.
That was nice.
Yeah. Mike, same thing for you. You have Dima.
Oh. Dima, you're hilarious, man. Every single day, every single practice, you bring a smile to my face during the workouts. You'll pull me aside, make a joke, and then I make the workout go by so quickly. And I'm just so glad that you were able to make it so easy,
Yeah, thank you.
Dima, you have Ewan.
I knew you were gonna ask about him. Ewan, man. I never seen any runner with such a great work ethic as Ewan has, and I knew he's gonna do his best every single day since first practices during the preseason in summer during our captain's runs, and that's what I love the most about Ewan. His work ethic and his grit. That's all about Ewan.
Ah, grit. That's a good word. Ewan, you have Luke.
Luke is a very talented young gentleman. He's very fun on long runs. He makes the long runs feel short, and he's a great person to run with. He's serious when he needs to be, and that's really what's important. He adds a lot to the team, in my opinion, and I think in everyone's opinion.
All right.
Thank you, Ewan.
Luke, you have Gavin.
Gavin. There's a lot to say about Gavin. Gavin, the newcomer, he didn't really know what he was getting into, but I know now that he is not regretting coming to Tatnall. He definitely is, I don't know, I'd say he's a goofball, he's a pretty funny guy. And he just brightens everybody's mood when he's with us, and just such a great guy. I'm so glad that he decided to run this year.
He's totally embarrassed right now. He's hiding his face. I can tell he's all red in the screen. All right, Gavin, your turn. You're going to have Ben.
Ben is a very talented runner. When we do our long runs, I haven't done a long run in a while, but when we do our long runs, it's like nice to chat with him. He's like overall a great person. And I think in the running world, he has like a lot to look forward to, because I think he can be something great.
All right, good job. You didn't think you were going to have to get into that, did you there, Gavin? It's a freshman. Put that kind of pressure on you right away. All right. Well, congratulations, young men, on your state championship in Division II cross country this year. And we'll be following your progress through the rest of the indoor season. And hopefully you'll bring home another state championship and then another one in the spring. How would that be? The indoor season's a little tougher, though, because you have to compete against everybody. Is that correct, Coach?
Yes, that's right. There's no division breakdown in indoor track. So, we run against the largest schools in the state, and we are one of the smallest schools in the state. So there, in track and field, there's definitely a value to having depth so that you can have multiple people in each event. And so while we've won indoor track states before, it's a tough challenge. There's some really good teams out there.
Yeah, it is one of the more exciting state championships, though, for that reason.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. All right, gentlemen, again, thanks for making time to come visit me here on the show. Continued success. Wave goodbye to our growing fan base here.
And Marshall, we'd just like to say on behalf of our cross-country program and our state championship boys, thank you for inviting us to be on your show. It's a lot of fun. It's something really unique, something for us to look forward to, and we appreciate you having us.
It's all my pleasure, for sure. But you're welcome anytime. You don't even have to win. You want to come talk to me? Come talk to me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Best of luck. All right. There they are. The Tatnall boys cross-country team with head coach Pat Castagno. That is true. 52 state championships in the top 10 all-time of high school coaches in the entire country. It's crazy. We have some very successful coaches in this state. He's obviously the most prolific one right now, but there is no lack of talent in the coaching ranks here in the state of Delaware. And I thought I had this video issue fixed. I went on YouTube, found this issue, okay, let's fix this, and it's not fixed. But that's my problem, not yours. Special thanks go out to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Donnie M. My friends, Tommy K, Joey V, supporters from day one. You can support the show and your local athletes simply by subscribing to these videos wherever you might find them. Please like and share also. It helps get into the algorithm so more people can see it and see your athletes and learn more about them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, time for dessert in the home studio. Yeah. Dessert. Who am I kidding? I'm on a diet. It's horrible. I'm on sugar withdrawal. It's not fun. I'm surprised I could smile at all. Whoa. Why'd the music stop? Get that back on, bro. Yeah, there it is. Live broadcasting at its finest.